Hey, Carmella, how you been?
I'm doing all right. How you been?
I've been good. Good, good, good. Just busy, busy.
Oh yeah, that's our life, right?
Right. Right. Always busy, keeping us.
Always.
So, would you like to share about your son and his journey?
All right. So my son name is Amir, and Amir has WWOX gene mutation. It's a rare epilepsy disorder that a lot of children don't survive past the age of 12. The journey, I could say, hasn't always been easy. Because Amir was my first child, and as first time parents, you can imagine the grief and the doubt, like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? What did I do wrong? The sleepless nights, the tears, so I'm sure a lot of mothers can relate to that. Because ideally, as parents, we don't want any issues wrong with our children, we don't desire our children to be sick. But when they are, we kind of place the blame on ourselves. So, like I said, the journey hasn't been always easy, but I'm managing,
Yeah.
and especially after learning Amir's diagnosis. He was diagnosed with that disorder at the age of 2.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of children die by the age of 2.
Oh,
So, it was just overwhelming, the feelings like I had, and I had to find an outlet so I wasn't so engulfed in that.
mhm.
And my baby has, thrived. He attends school for disabled, special needs kids and medically fragile kids like him. He was started school at the age of 3. So you can imagine, Inga, how I felt. I'm like, oh, nobody's gonna be able to take care of my baby like me. But that school that he goes to is awesome. Like, those teachers and parapros really care about those students,
Mhm.
and they make sure they thrive and learn just like any other child. So, that has been very rewarding because, like I said, I want to keep my baby in a bubble. Like, I don't want nobody dealing with my baby, just me, 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 me. But I'm like, okay, now come on, Carmella. He's a boy, he's a child. He deserves to be like everyone else. He deserves to go to school and ride the bus. Like, don't take those things away from him just because he's sick,
Mhm.
So um the journey, like I said, it's been cool and fun, too, because everywhere I go, Inga, my baby, goes. We go apple picking, he got a picture with him with an apple in his hand. Or we go strawberry picking, my baby is right there. He may not be able to eat by mouth, but he can get a little juice on his lips. He's going to enjoy the finer things in life.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes, like, like I said, it has its ups and downs, but I'm always grateful that I, get a chance to be with him, because a lot of children, they're not fortunate, like, and without a lot of, love and care, a lot of children, they just, they pass away. And it's like, no, I don't want Amir leaving me no sooner than, he has to, so I make sure I pour all my love and care, into him and to my other son as well. But I make sure, that he is loved and he's well taken care of. Because, like I said, he's important to me. He's precious. And I want to make sure that, everybody know about my precious baby.
Yeah. That's
So,
great.
yes.
I'm so happy that you do that and keep
Mhm.
them by your side all the time. That's great. And you put him with you do everything with him, which is
Mhm.
that's amazing that you do that. Even though he has his disabilities, you still find a way for everything
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to do. That's
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of parents, aren't not saying like they're not willing, but they
Mhm.
just don't know how to do that kind of thing.
Right, right.
Sometimes they feel like they're defeated when that kind of certain situation come apart.
Mhm.
I think that's
That's
great
true.
that you are finding a way and doing it, and keeping them happy and having them thrive. That's so
Oh,
great.
yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
just
Oh,
amazing thing
yeah.
to hear.
Yes.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what would you say that your proudest moment is with him?
So my proudest moment, Inga, we were on TV. So little lights, camera, action. Yeah, so this past summer, me and Amir got a chance to go on TV with a local news station called a news segment called Atlanta and Company.
Oh, wow.
And we were able to go on the news because I am a children's book author, and I
Mhm.
write stories depicting special needs children like Amir as superheroes. So I was able to get on there, and Amir in school, Inga, he likes to close his eyes and play possum. But it's some odd reason when he was on TV, he was a bright-eyed. I'm like, oh boy. So he said, hey, I'm a superstar. My mama talking about me. So we were able to do that. Last year I had the chance of sponsoring two special needs classrooms with school supplies and backpacks.
Oh,
Because my company, I have a company, it's called CA Publishing LLC.
mhm,
And we were able to do that. And that like really warmed my heart to do that for those children.
yeah.
So those are my like two best moments so far I've had. TV and donating.
Yeah, so you got your 15 minutes of fame, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you have anything else
Right.
lined up anytime soon for that? Like any other, being
Well, I hope so, Inga.
on
I hope so. And like I'm working on trying to set up like some book readings if I can at schools and libraries.
the
And I've had a couple of book signings at my local bookstore. I did one last year. And I've got a chance to meet some amazing people, some amazing parents that actually, were saying that how we need books, more books with positive representation of the disabled community. Because, we need to make sure that our children are shown the same kindness and empathy that anybody else is shown. So that's my main goal. That is why I'm such a big advocate. I'm on my son's school council meeting. I go there a couple of times a month or whatever, just to, talk to the principal, and we all get together and just try to help, other parents that is probably like I was, scared about letting their child go to school. And I'm like, let them go to school. Let them, they their own little person. Let them experience everything else that some, other children are experiencing. So, um, I really enjoyed that because, like I said, those parents were in my shoes at one point, scared and want the child and, want my baby in a bubble. But I'm like, no, don't let that baby be in a bubble. So,
Definitely.
yes.
Yeah, I know that's what we need to bring out more awareness for that, not putting our
Mhm.
kids in a bubble because I didn't put my son in a bubble either. I mean, at first I thought I should, but then
Mhm.
as he grew and everything, and also the fact that, a lot of people couldn't handle him when he was younger. And so
Mhm.
I was with him anyways, a lot of times, 24/7.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to have a life too.
Right, right,
So,
right.
you have to, learn to let your kids adapt to their surroundings because now my son,
Mhm.
he goes everywhere with us. I mean, he's always has, but he's fine with everything. Everywhere we go, he's just like, okay, yeah, he just goes with the flow. And
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
used to it
yeah.
because he learned to adapt. And
Mhm.
man, I think that's a good thing that, that we need to bring more awareness for that.
Yes, and
And
that's
let
and
your
that's
kids be,
true.
you know, I know it's easier to put them in a bubble, but it's also, it kind of, I don't think it helps them in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I think that it's good, especially when they grow older, they're gonna have to learn how to adapt to their
Mhm.
surroundings because, we're not gonna be around here forever.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so I
right.
mean,
That's
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 why,
true.
we gotta
That's
always
true.
think about the future.
And see, like with Amir's condition, like I said, like, you know, just imagine if I would have put Amir in a bubble. Who
Mm,
knows how long he would have lasted like that? Like Amir is 9. And
yeah,
like I said, with his condition, children don't live past the age of 2. He's
yeah,
9. So
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. Yes, I may not be able to prevent, what's gonna happen to him, God forbid. But at least I know in my mind, okay, I did everything I could to make his life meaningful.
exactly.
And to show other children out there that just because you're different doesn't mean you're less than,
Yeah,
you know? So that's like my main goal and mission when I write my books and when I do my comics and stuff, like, yeah, like just Amir, yes, of course, okay, Amir's in a wheelchair, he can't walk or talk or whatever, but guess what? That doesn't mean he doesn't have the same dreams and aspirations as anyone else, you
yeah,
know? So that is why, I love to advocate. I love to talk to children when children stare in a mirror. And he's like, well, what's this for? And I'm like, oh, this is just how he breathes, or he has a G tube. Oh, what is that? Oh, he needs that to eat, and the children are just so fascinated, like, wow, I met my my husband's little cousin, and she thought Amir was just so cool. She was like, oh, he just looks so cool. And I'm like, and she asked me questions about him, and I love to answer, like, hey, why not? Even adults, sometimes people are just like, they kind of shy away, like, oh, but I'm like, no, come ask me. I really don't mind, because, if you don't ask, how you gonna know?
Exactly.
So I love to teach and talk to people about Amir and, what he goes through. It's no problem to me, because guess what? At least you're concerned enough to ask, and I can tell you.
No, that is true. Yeah, because I mean that's good that you do that, because people are scared of the unknown. I mean, if
Yep,
they
that's
don't
true.
understand what's going on, they get scared of it, and they don't, and that's what kind of puts fear in people. And
Mhm.
especially with kids on special needs kids and stuff like that, people are like
Correct.
because of that. I mean, just because they don't know exactly what they're going through or what it is that they have. So I mean, it kind of it scares the
I'm
people.
sorry. I'm sorry, Inga.
Yeah.
My dog, he acts like he's a big bully.
No, you're fine. Hey, it's mom
Yeah,
life, right? Even dogs, even
even
animals.
dogs.
No, you're fine.
Oh boy, but yes.
But yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm so happy about what you're doing, and you're very inspirational for everyone. It's like someone that we need more like you to actually explain to everybody what's going on with their children. So we can
Yeah.
know more
Oh
about
yeah.
So I mean, I think that's awesome.
Thank you so much. But
Did you?
yes, I'm telling you, Inga, I get on here and talk all day. I'm telling you that when you're passionate about something, oh man, I can go on and on and on.
Yeah,
I am so passionate about it, and I want to make sure, I'm like, that's just my goal. Like, I want to make sure that, children like my son feel, wanted, that's just my main thing.
yeah, exactly. No, that's great. I mean, was there something, some tips or some advice that you would
Oh yeah. So
share?
like, even like my mom would tell me, be kind to yourself, Carmella.
Yeah.
And that is so hard to do, trying to be kind and show yourself some grace,
Mhm.
because, us parents, especially us mothers, we take on a lot. We are kids, doctor, nurse,
Yeah.
psychologist, we're all of you
We're
know,
all that.
and yes, we wear all that. So it's important that we, do some self-care, even if it's 5 minutes to just gather yourself, like, whoo, and
Mm,
then go back in, with our gloves on.
yeah.
So we have to be kind to ourselves. We have to give ourselves some grace, because, it's hard. It is hard, not going to sit here and say it's not hard. Being a parent is hard, and already,
Yeah.
but, being a special needs parent is a little step further.
Yeah.
So we just got to make sure we be kind to ourselves, and make sure we take care of ourselves, and make sure we have a balance. Like me, I know it's kind of rough, because I do have a 7-year-old son, and this kind of life is kind of hard, trying to make sure I balance and make sure I take care of Amir, and
Yeah.
then balance, taking care of my 7-year-old. So I'm still working on to make sure I'm balanced. I have, thank goodness, I have nursing help that assists me with Amir, but at a point in time I didn't, Inga, so I was doing it all. And then, especially being in a one income household, my husband going out to work,
Mhm.
and then I'm home with them, it was rough. So now that I do have a little bit of help, I'm able to balance my time out with my both of my sons. So I know it's easier said than done, but we at least have to try, because a lot of parents, they don't have, it's just them. Some households don't have two parents, they just have one parent. So I know that's extremely hard. Then on top of being one parent, you can imagine being one parent to a child that's disabled,
Mhm.
you know. So we just have to make sure we take care of ourselves first, because if we don't take care of us first, who's going to take care of them? We have to be 100%,
Yeah.
110 at times,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we got to make sure we can be kind to ourselves and take some time out the day to just relax, get ourselves together, and then, go back to it.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yes. like you said, it's harder, easier said than done. I mean, I gotta admit, I have a hard time doing that sometimes, just taking a break and taking a breather and just, okay, gotta settle down, but,
Oh
so
yeah.
I can definitely understand that.
Oh yeah.
So
Look, I think we all can relate.
yeah,
Look,
exactly.
I was running today for an appointment. I'm like, oh, it's always something to
Oh yeah,
do.
I know, right? Our mind just,
Hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
Always thinking of something and always like, okay, wait, did I do this? Did I do that?
Oh yeah, that's me. And go, oh my God. I'd be like, oh, do Amir have any appointments? I had to scroll through my phone like, oh.
You double,
Oh,
triple check. You're like, oh wait, did I have this going on?
oh, yeah. That's me, Inga. Oh my God, that's definitely me. I'll get a text from Amir therapist. Carmella, we're supposed to see. I'm like, oh. Yes.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Crazy like
Hmm. Oh yeah.
what would you like to so I know that did you want to also introduce yourself to everybody too?
Oh yeah.
We kind of like you did a little bit of introduction, but I mean, did you want to like do a formal introduction to the audience, let them know exactly who you are and what you do and how you can help the autism community or special needs community?
Oh yeah. So I'm telling you, Inga, I get all lost. I talk. But yes, let me formally introduce myself. So my name is Carmella Alexander, and I am the owner of CA Publishing LLC. I am a children's book author that writes books depicting special needs children as the superheroes that they are. And I could be found on Amazon. My books are entitled Fearless, the Amazing Boy with Special Abilities. And it's based off my son Amir, and of course, my superhero. And all of my information can be found at www.capublishingllc.com. And there you'll see like a little background story of us, my family, and Amir, and my books, and oh, my story dolls. So I forgot to mention about that. I have some story dolls that has two of my stories loaded onto them. They have like action packed little sound effects onto them, and an option where you can record personal messages on him for up to a minute. So
Oh,
like when Amir was in the hospital, I had his Fearless doll and I recorded "Mommy loves you," and the nurses would go by and press it and let him hear me say I love him. It also can be adapted for our friends that need switch devices. So they can plug their little device up to it and press it and hear Amir's storybooks being played on there as well. So yes, I have a lot of goodies on my website. My contact information is on my website as well. If parents have any questions they want to reach out, I love helping parents. If they got any questions that if I can answer them to the best of my ability, I will try to. Or if they need any resource help, I will try to. So,
okay.
yeah.
That's great. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that your dolls did all that.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. I thought they were just little stuffed animals, honestly.
Right. Oh yeah, yes.
Wow. No, that's great. I mean, that's
Thank you.
something very helpful, especially like you said, like how you can how that's great that you did it for your Amara when he was in the hospital. You recorded your voice and the nurse
Mhm.
like they had fun just pressing it like every time, just
Oh yeah, the nurses got a kick out of that. I just love the I'm like, yeah, I see the battery almost dead, but they
yeah,
they love pressing it.
that's so
Oh,
cute. That's just
yes.
a great idea. That's
Thank you.
and that's great that you're doing all that. And I'm just floored with how you're doing all that. You know, that's so
Thank
great. You're
you. I'm
definitely an
trying.
inspiration, like I said, just, for all us mothers with special needs children, that we can,
Mhm.
that we can all do this and all can advocate and we can also, we can do
Mhm.
things to make things better for our other parents, and make it easier, at least, like how I'm doing my podcast, just to help to relate, with everyone else and show that, we do, we all are going through some kind of, special journey.
Yeah.
We, that we all need some kind of help and, like just recognition that
Mhm.
it is, that I'm just trying to figure out like the words. Just, but just like so we can all recognize that, we are going through all the same things and that we're all, that we're not in it by ourselves, that we can actually
Mhm.
maybe to help us out.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think
And
that's
like we're our own, we're a community, we're a community with different backgrounds, ethnicities.
Mhm.
But one thing we have in common are these babies, these children. they may have different disabilities, but guess what? They have something. They have, to link us all together. And we need our community. We need each other, and it's like many, I may not know, this disability from that one, but at least one thing I know is if you need me, if you got any questions, I'm here. We need our community. We need one another,
Yeah.
because it gets hard. Can you imagine being in a hospital and you have nobody that can relate to you? No, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I was that parent. I didn't know about a lot of these groups and stuff that they had. And, I didn't even know beforehand that there was a group that, that was tailored to Amir's condition till a couple of years later, So I'm like, yeah. So now I'm a part of a community with children like Amir that can relate to, what I'm going through, how I'm feeling, what, even with the types of seizures he have. Hey, moms, have you ever seen, this type of look or this or that? And it's nice to have a community that, knows what you're going through. So yeah, we do. We definitely need each other.
Yeah, exactly. And what would you say that you mainly find your community at? Do you like on Facebook, or do you go somewhere else? Or do you have like
Yeah, so Amir's foundation is actually based out in Australia.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. They have a WWOX Gene Mutation. Yeah, the foundation is in Australia.
Hmm.
So I don't know, one day I just typed it in and it came up. I was like, wait a minute. And I clicked on, I said, it's a group. So that was like really, really cool. I was like, oh man, I got to meet other parents from all over the world, Inga. It was like really, really nice. I about cried because I'm like, finally, I found a group that is tailored to my son's issues. I'm like, oh, but yeah, it was really cool, to try to research that. And I'm part of other little groups too. But that one, of course, struck me because, like, yes, these parents do understand like what I'm going through as far as caring for a child with that disorder.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Mhm.
it's amazing that that you were able to find that. I mean, that's how I think we all kind of like figure that out, just like do a little Google search or something like that. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, Facebook
Right.
has a lot of stuff though too. I mean, especially
Hmm.
for special needs and autism and stuff like that. So
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's really
they
good for,
really do.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think Instagram is starting to catch up with that stuff too now. I've been
Oh
seeing
yeah.
a lot of
I have
stuff.
to look on there. They have a lot of, but see, they don't have really like a lot of groups, but they do have a lot of parents that are on there that does videos and reels and stuff that I like to follow. And I was like, hey, this is interesting. Let me follow. And then you see that they, they're what they're doing with their kids and resources and stuff. So yeah, Instagram, they catching up slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, but I like Facebook because it's a whole group. It's not like a particular person I got to try to follow.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely that they got to catch up, like you said.
Right, they had to catch up.
All right, and then also, did you want to mention how the audience can contact you too? Because I'm gonna have it also in the bio, and also I'm gonna have a description and have a bio
Okay.
and stuff like that, and also a way to contact you. But if you can also tell them, out loud, like
Oh yeah.
how they
And they
contact.
can, oh yeah, they can contact me at CA Publishing LLC at gmail.com. And like I said, I'm open to any questions or concerns or, like I said, I love if I don't know it, Inga, I'm gonna research it. So yes, if parents want to send me emails like, hey, I want to ask you about so and so, I try to answer it as best as my ability.
Okay, great. Yeah, and that's great that you have that, and that's like most of us, I think, in the special needs community, I think we all are open to help one another. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? I mean, we all
Oh
know
yeah.
what it feels like to go through these kind of situations. So
Oh yeah. Well, this was really great, Inga. I mean, I really appreciate it. I'm telling you, I'm like a motor mouth. I'll keep going.
but like I said, you're always welcome to come back, and there's always so much more to share, especially, when our kids are special needs or, any kind of disability. I mean, it's a never
Mhm.
ending learning journey with us,
Oh yeah, of
always
course.
constantly learning and
Oh yeah.
want to share more, because, we always want to help people, help.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So it's great having you as a guest, and I'm so happy, you're definitely inspirational for all of us. I mean, all your, everything that you're doing is amazing.
Mhm.
And I'm just so happy to have you as a guest.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, hopefully see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.